The internet. A lot of people are on it. Like, a lot of people. Social media is a very big part of that. People are talking to one another through Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and if you're like me, you play video games on it. And isn't that hard to find disdain for that, especially coming from older generations? Kids are always looking down at their phones, millennials are addicted to technology. How about you go hang out with your real friends instead of these people online? But I say, why can't somebody online be a real friend? Why does using an online space to interact delegitimize a friendship? That doesn't make sense to me. I can personally think of a group of people online who are good friends, best friends, and I think they'll make a good case that there are real friends online.
I'm Drew. I'm the Blue Icy on Xbox, and about myself, I am a psychology major at Rhode Island College, and I work at a concession stand in a movie theater nearby.
I'm Steven Gravelin. My gamer tag's The Green Icy. I used to be doing engineering, now I'm doing political science. Play a lot of Fortnite, 43 wins. But yeah, I've been playing Xbox for, upwards of 7 years now, probably. We've all been playing together for a long time, so.
My name is Josh Fayola. I'm from Warwick, gamertag Toxic Josh. And ironically enough, I'm actually also an ordained minister.
A number of us have been going to school together for years. Me and Nick, or also known as the Red Icy, have been going to school together since like kindergarten. It gave me an opportunity to even though I couldn't meet up in person a lot of times out of school, it gave me an opportunity to know them more and spend time with them more outside of school.
Yeah, but I can't do this, guys.
I chose the Blue Icy as a gamer tag because there was a period of time over the summer of 2016 that I was notorious among the other staff in the concession stand for having just a crippling addiction to the Blue Icy, which is a frozen beverage that we sell on the concession stand. I had a crippling addiction, and as a joke, as a meme, I changed my name on Xbox to the Blue Icy.
As you probably noticed, there's a theme in regard to usernames. Drew as the Blue Icy and Steve as the Green Icy, but over 1,000 miles away from everyone else is another Icy, Nick, the Red Icy.
My name is Nick. My in-game name is the Red Icy. I am currently a third-year engineering student at Georgia Tech, but originally I lived in Rhode Island until 2015.
I go on Xbox at whatever ungodly hour of the night after I get home from work, or if I'm supposed to be doing schoolwork, and typically they're on also, and typically the first person on starts a party.
A party is a private voice chat room through Xbox that one can drop in and out of. People can be playing completely different games while still being able to talk to one another through this party system.
Invites the second person, and then after then, other people will log on and see that these people are on, and it'll just kind of fall into the party.
There's more to the group than just the games we play. The Xbox parties are for the most part a social space, and out-of-game conversations make up a bulk of the airspace.
Alright, you know what's better than cake?
Cake?
A cup of rice.
No. No, I disagree strongly, actually.
To Drew misspells the word miss, and we don't let him live it down for 3 hours.
I was saying, I meant to say, oh, I miss the game Super Amazing Wagon Adventure. I said I mass the game Super Amazing Wagon Adventure, and this was a discussion, this was a topic of conversation for about 30 minutes after that.
At this point, one question at the heart of it all is still up in the air. Why, aside from pure coincidence, is Xbox the go-to for our social interaction on a day-to-day basis?
It's definitely a time thing. I don't really get to see many people in general, outside of my schedule of going to school, then work, then home, and sleeping, and repeat every day of the week.
There's just a lot that goes into planning actual physical interaction. So
especially around this age.
Yeah, Xbox, you get on, you play whatever game you want to play. People join you, they join you. If they don't, they don't. So, but you're still talking to them no matter what.
Think of it this way. Our group often interacts online at least 3 to 4 hours throughout the day. Probably about 20 to 30 hours in a week. Over the course of a year, that adds up to around 2 total months. Maybe that sounds weird, but according to a report from the Pew Research Center, 57% of male teens have made a new friend online, with 29% making over 5 friends online. And of male teens 13 to 17 years of age, 52% of them spend time with their friends playing video games. 13% doing this on a daily basis.
Playing Xbox as opposed to like meeting in person is just like we didn't go out and get a bite to eat, then like hang out. We slayed a monster. We killed a big thing today.
It's almost like we live with each other, but we don't.
Yeah.
Thank God we don't. In terms of social interaction, it's by far the best.
It's like a way to talk to people who like are pretty much always there, that I can like depend on, who I don't believe are lacking in moral fiber whatsoever.
At the end of the day, we're all there for each other.
We talk while we play. A lot. Our conversations can end up getting to pretty personal stuff. Probably more so than we get pretty much anywhere else outside the group. To us, there's a deep and personal connection that is plain to see for us.
Like something really harsh, and it just like
Usual.
12-year-old like didn't have any sort of confidence about myself, and especially my voice. And
Like, well, that's the last thing I do ever.
But to those on the outside, the perception of the group can vary drastically.
It's funny because my dad, he's like, man, I wish I had what you guys had, because he's like, you had to go physically places to see people. He's like, it would have been so much easier just to turn on the Xbox and talk to people. He's like, I totally get where you guys are at. He's like, that your generation is going to be so much more like interconnected because of online interaction.
My family is less understanding story. Like my dad has stopped trying to understand it. My stepmother is just like, I really wish one day that you'd grow up and get rid of those video games. I'm just like, you don't understand. Like,
it's not just about the games.
This is like a just as, if not more, fulfilling medium of entertainment than like movies and like shows, because like you have direct interaction with them.
It's not even just like about like friendships and like classmates that you interact with, because like, for example, my older brother, he is in Japan now. He's working as like a substitute like English language teacher in Japan, and obviously that's a much greater distance. It's a bit harder to stay in contact, different time zones, whatever have you. He had some free time. It was Saturday night for him, Saturday morning for me, and I said, all right, how about I try to stream a game on Xbox here, and you'd be able to watch it, and then we could keep a video call going, and we could just play through it together, because it's kind of been a tradition of ours, taking these narrative, very like single player focused games and just like playing them together and just like enjoying that time together.
Well, it's what you make of it, because you can choose to seclude yourself and talk in game chat only and just be a jerk and talk to strangers, or you can choose to like reach out and sort of connect with these people who have similar interests in similar games. So you always have sort of like a group to hang with, so you're not always by yourself. Just because it's not in person doesn't mean you're not interacting.
Most of it is just, they've really bolstered the social interaction part.
Yeah.
Like online gaming changed a lot, and it revolutionized the way we see interaction. But like, because these people grew up not seeing that, they don't understand it. So I feel like it's a very misunderstood medium of entertainment, of interaction, of communication. And at the end of the day, we just really wish people would see it that way, but they don't, and they probably never will.
Maybe. To some, our group might seem like a strange bunch. Our friendship might be a bit hard to understand. But I know we're not alone. That for some people out there, playing games while talking as a group is a way to connect no matter where you are. And so far, nothing has stopped us from going forward and being real friends online.